Top 10 Zelda side quests, PBG. Let's get into this.
This video is sponsored by DollarShaveClub.com. Use the link in the description to sign up. Hey everybody, I'm PeanutButterGamer, and lately I've been wondering, what are the top 10 Legend of Zelda side quests?
Music is a little loud. This is older PBG. I'm just kind of like looking at this for analysis purposes. Music's a little loud. Music probably turned. No, it's still good. Don't get me wrong. I'm also a huge Zelda fan, and so I'm curious what PBG thinks the top 10 side quests are. Nice. Yeah.
I didn't write anything else.
Got him.
No, you're lazy. How about that? You're lazy. You write a script. It's not as easy as you think. I am a very busy man, okay? My ferrets have to be played with a lot. They get bored, and my wife needs me. Specifically, Anne and Harvest Moon. She doesn't do anything. She just sits in the room all day. If I don't pick out all the farms, who's gonna do it?
Honestly, not even Cecilia from A Wonderful Life. And now I've started a civil war in the chat. You're welcome.
And while we're on this subject, I don't need my haircut. Just because my hair's been hanging in my eye and I've been crying at night because it gets in there and it's been all red and stuff, doesn't mean I need you to tell me.
Yeah, I feel that.
I can't have hair.
The volume on his hair is actually, like, legendary.
The Legend of Zelda series is known for its collection side quests.
Yes.
Collect all the masks, collect all the heart pieces, collect all the gold skeleton tokens for the freaky spider family. Yeah. Or, better idea, burn their entire house down. Problem solved. But I think one of my favorites of the lot would have to be collecting all the Mai-Mais in A Link Between Worlds. The first time you go into the cave to meet the mother
Octopus!
Mai-Mai, she informs you that she has 100 children and she's lost all of them. Okay, everybody, give it up for Mother of the Year! Just kidding. You don't get it. Cause you are bad. She pleads for you to find them, and in return for every 10 that you save, she'll upgrade one of your items, making them nice items. And yes, that's actually what she calls them, in case you were wondering. The Mai-Mai
Nice. Nice item.
Can be found all over both Hyrule and Lorule, on the walls, inside of trees, on top of buildings, etc. Not only is collecting them enjoyable and a nice distraction from the main story quest, some of the items are actually pretty good, not to mention a lot of fun to use. And when you finally return them all, she eats you. No, I don't get to this. I don't get to this.
Got him.
Okay, actually, she just upgrades your spin attack. And then she eats you.
Tastes like a diarrhea. Perhaps just one more.
Oh, the intro to this Wind Waker theme, the battle theme. Oh, it's so good.
Dungeons? Who needs them? Puzzles, thinking, effort, it sucks. If all you want is mindless action, then the Savage Labyrinth in the Wind Waker is for you. Located on a cliff above Link's grandma's house. Now that I actually say those words out loud, that's kind of weird. Why is it located above Link's grandma's house? The hardest dungeon in the game, right by grandma. Okay.
Wasn't HD Savage Labyrinth actually a little easier from memory?
Savage Labyrinth is a 50-floor dungeon filled with nothing but enemies that get stronger the deeper you go. You fight them, you kill them, that's it. I gotta say though, I feel bad for these guys. I mean, being a normal enemy in a game would suck anyway, but just sitting around 32 levels underground, just waiting for the hero to come kill you, really sounds like a bum deal. Holy crap, he's finally here! I'm dead. It can be pretty challenging though, because the enemies don't drop hearts or items, and the only chance for recovery is a break floor every 10 levels. It takes a decent amount of time to get through, and I'll always remember the first time I entered the labyrinth, having absolutely no idea what I was getting into. Once you make it to the final floor, you're rewarded with, in the original game, just a piece of heart. Yeah. Pretty lame. But in HD, you get the Hero's Charm Mask, which shows the health of enemies.
Which was actually really cool.
And more importantly, looks really cool.
Yeah. Rip Tingleverse.
One of the things I'll always remember the most about playing Link's Awakening as a kid, other than being electro-slaughtered by the shopkeeper for stealing a frickin' shovel. I mean, sheesh, dude, I'm just a kid. Is there a police around here you could call? No? Alright, well, just kill me then. Is the Trendy Game. This little mini-game entertained me for a lot longer than it probably should have. I was a very simple child.
I relate to this.
That means I was dumb. And one of the things I liked about the Trendy Game was the little Yoshi doll. Take this Yoshi doll to the lady in the house to the north and she'll trade it for a ribbon. This is the start of a very long trading sequence. You trade the ribbon for some dog food, the dog food for some bananas, and so on and so forth. Far be it from me to complain, but some of these items really don't seem very significant, I have to say. I mean, a stick? It's not like I had anything more important to do than give somebody a freaking stick. It's fine. Not only is this side quest often amusing with a lot of memorable moments, at the end of the quest, you get the boomerang, which is probably the best item in the whole game. Even better than the sword.
Nice.
You hear that, old buddy? I guess I just don't need you anymore.
Oh, please don't throw it. Okay. This is acceptable. Aww. Nice. He did throw it.
You freaking killed me!
I don't
Boom.
care. I have a boomerang.
Boomerang. Boomerang.
I love the Wind Waker, but it's not really known for its side quests. It's kind of a shame when you think about it because there's so much potential. The world is so vast with over 48 different islands. Specifically 49. I was just trying to play it up a little bit. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm just working on my sales pitch there.
7x7.
How was it, by the way? And now that I think about it, why don't you go ahead and subscribe? I'm basically the most popular channel on all of YouTube. Just down a little bit. Just down.
Down.
Like
Down.
way down. Anyway, there are a couple good side quests in the game. One was already mentioned, and the other is Zunari's trading quest. Zunari,
I don't think I've ever actually finished the trading sequence. Like, it's a good one.
proprietor of the Windfall Island shop, has a thriving business. Or at least he would have a thriving business if he had any products to sell. That's kind of a problem. But no matter, why solve your own issues when you can have Link do it for you? He wants you to negotiate contracts with other merchants so he can, help, create a successful and thriving economy
Yeah.
for the benefit of the island community and all who live there. Yeah, let's just go with that. He gives you a town flower and you sail the seas looking for traveling merchants to trade with. Once you do, they permanently supply Zunari's shop with whatever you traded them for. Also, you have to pay them rupees. And no, Zunari never pays you back, so don't bother asking. You can eventually fill the entire Windfall Island shop by doing this, but the main item you want is the magic armor, which creates a magical barrier around Link that prevents him from taking damage while slowly draining your magic bar.
I honestly miss this, because Wind Waker Twilight Princess had this. We haven't had this come back in Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild, at least from my understanding. I actually really like this as a mechanic.
It's especially useful in Wind Waker HD because instead of draining magic, it drains rupees and only when hit. Certainly much more useful than the
Only when hit is cracked.
magic armor in Twilight Princess at the
Yeah.
very least. And for inquiring minds, if you complete the entire trading quest, the final available item is the Shop Guru statue.
Got him.
A golden statue of Zunari. Yay! Woohoo! It's so good. There are some pretty freaky things in Twilight Princess.
Yes. Not unlimited to redeads.
The Redead's design, the ghosts from the Arbiter's grounds, Agatha, just everything about
Agatha is based.
Agatha, and clowns, and the clowns. But one of the eeriest things in the game, if you ask me,
Is it gonna be the Oko? Is it gonna be the Oko? No, it's side quest, so it is gonna be the Poe Collector.
is Giovanni, a guy who sold his soul to a dark creature that turned him and his cat into a gold statue. In order to save him, you have to kill all 60 Poes in the game and capture their souls. Certainly no small task. Once you do so, Giovanni and his cat break from their spell and he rewards you with
Nice.
200 rupees? That's it? Could I maybe have some gold? Some of all that gold you have? The crown maybe? The sword? The picture of that freaking guy on the wall? Seriously, I'll take anything. Well, he may be a cheapskate, but at least he gets what's coming to him. You can now find him in Telma's bar, bawling about his girlfriend that started dating another guy while he was busy being a gold. Also,
Yeah.
you can now go back and see his cat Gengle, and he'll give you 200 more rupees every single time you visit, even going as far as to say that you can take it all. Not only is this
Based cat. I do love Gangle.
the easiest way to get rupees in the entire game, it's also really freaking hilarious. Gengle, chillest cat ever.
Fact.
Top 10 best cats. Number 1, Gangle. Number 2, Gangle. All Gangle. They're all Gangle. Also, Cat from Star Fox is on there. She can fly a spaceship, and that's pretty cool. And I really doubt Gangle could fly a spaceship. Also, Mitzi.
Mitzi.
I love Mitzi.
Mitzi is... I don't know. I'm more of an Olivia fan.
She's on there, too. The rest is Gangle. There's quite a few different sword upgrading side quests in Zelda games, the most popular likely being the Bigoron sword in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
But I don't want to talk about that one. So I'm not gonna. Instead, I went with the Tempered Sword in Link to the Past. The quest is pretty simple. There's 2 dwarven swordsmiths in Kakariko Village, but one of them has been transferred into the Dark World and turned into a frog. You go rescue him, bring him back to his brother, and as a reward, they upgrade your sword into the Tempered Sword. Now, this sounds pretty simple, and the Tempered Sword isn't even the most powerful sword upgrade you can get in A Link to the Past, so you may be wondering why it made the list. Well, because glitches. I love glitches, and you can use a glitch with the magic mirror to get the Tempered Sword earlier in the game than you're supposed to. Nice. Ah, man, I wish I had a magic mirror.
That's the one. No, you don't.
Austin? Hey, buddy. Did you finish that, the Zelda month script? He's gone again. He just left.
Dog!
He does this every time.
Pupper. Dog!
There's freaking mud on the couch! Don't get dogs. They're bad. The next side quest is from The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. I think Skyward Sword has some of the best side quests in any Zelda game, second only to Majora's Mask, and as silly as it may sound to some, it's a big reason why I fell in love with the game.
I love that the Skyward Sword is just this divisive, because like Eoraptor Aaron just hates it. A lot of people did not like Skyward. You know, so seeing PBG, how he thinks it's second to Majora's Mask in certain aspects, it's wild to just see the disparity here.
I think the Collins letter side quest is unquestionably the best side quest in the game, but I already did an entire video about it during the very first Zelda month, so I'll talk about a different one instead. Fledge's Workout. Fledge is portrayed as a likable, albeit fairly pathetic character, but he wants to change. He wants to get stronger, and he needs you to help him out. And how do you do it? Steroids.
Yeah.
Basically. No,
Yeah.
seriously. If you spy on him at night, you'll find him attempting to work out, but he's not doing so great at it. So you give him some stamina potions, aka steroids, and he gets super buff. Honestly, it's pretty hilarious, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing the first time I got to this point. And for helping him out, you not only get gratitude crystals, but you also unlock a fun pumpkin shooting minigame. I
Nice.
like it. But hey, now that I think about it, this game just taught me that taking the easy route is not only okay, but provides
Optimal.
extra reward with absolutely no consequences, so... I'm cheating. You just shoot the dang pumpkin right when he throws it. Easy peasy. And you can say whatever you like about it, but you can't argue with points. Just look at all these points. Heart piece. I deserve this.
I hear that.
It's no secret that I love Majora's Mask, and I've mentioned multiple times over the years how much I like the mask collecting side quests. So it only makes sense to include the final mask quest, the Fierce Deities Mask. To start the Fierce Deities Mask quest, you have to have every other mask and make it to the end of the game on the moon, where you'll find 5 moon children.
There is so much just existential dread and just like it's so the moon is actually so good.
The 4 moon children prancing around have masks resembling the bosses in the game that you've already defeated: Odawa, Got, Twin Mold, and Georg. I'm sorry, I have a really hard time reading that name out loud without screaming it like a pirate. Georg! You give them the masks you've collected throughout the game and do their obstacle courses / mini dungeons, and once you complete them all, you finally get the Fierce Deities Mask from the kid wearing the Majora's Mask. The Fierce Deities Mask turns you into, naturally, the Fierce Deity, and as the Fierce Deity, you are really overpowered and awesome. But sadly, you can only use the mask during boss fights, and by the time you get it, you've pretty much beaten the entire game and done virtually every side quest, so it's fairly useless. But again, it does make you look cool, and as we all know, looks are the most important thing. Although if I could use it to go terrorize those freaking bomber kids that wouldn't let me in their stupid club at the beginning of the game, that would be cool too. Freaking racists!
No scrubs.
In the second spot, I have the Cave of Ordeals from Twilight Princess. The Cave of Ordeals is very similar to the Savage Labyrinth in the Wind Waker, but I like it a lot more for a few different reasons. First of all, even though I love the cel-shaded look of the Wind Waker and generally prefer it to the more dark atmosphere of Twilight Princess, I feel like the darker aesthetic works a lot better for an endless enemy slaughtering tiered dungeon. It just feels more real and intimidating, and
Yeah, Savage Labyrinth, the Twilight Princess was nutty.
something as seemingly irrelevant as opening up giant stone doors and jumping down ledges feels a lot more realistic than whatever's happening here. It's magic! Wow. Secondly, the overall combat in Twilight Princess is, frankly, way better than the combat in Wind Waker. In Wind Waker, there's a lot of knocking enemies over and waiting for them to get up, or waiting for the right moment to hit A when fighting something like a Dark Nut just so you can knock his armor off. Normally, I don't care that much about the combat in a Zelda game, but when all you're doing is fighting enemies for a long stretch of time, it's definitely worth noting. And also, while not as cool as the hero's charm, the glass bottle you get at the end of the Cave of Ordeals is a lot more useful in practice. See my old top 5 Zelda items video if that statement confuses you. If you don't know that much about Zelda, I can see why it might. Also,
Glass bottle is literally the rarest item in the game. Because it's the ongoing. It's the meme that never stops.
so again, it's harder. Also, again, the fairies. They're topless, and that's cool. Am I allowed to say that? I don't know, but I did. Last, but obviously not least, because I put it at number 1, and that's the whole point of this video, the Couple's Mask from Majora's Mask.
It's always Anju and Kafei's quest that gets placed so highly. I mean, like, it's an okay. I feel, as somebody whose favorite Zelda game is Majora's Mask, it's an okay side quest. Like, it just comes from a really good game with an organic feel on the NPCs, and maybe that's it. I don't know. It's aight.
This is the longest side quest in the entire game, and it involves getting multiple masks, so I'm just gonna jump right into it. On the morning of the first day, you go to visit Madame Aroma. She mentions that she's looking for her missing son, Kaifei, so she gives you a mask with his face on it.
Yeah, you use Kafei's mask, and then you can actually go into, it's like, after Anju gets back from lunch at the Stockpot Inn, you talk to her, using Kafei's mask. Well, so technically the way I do this is that I will, get the room and the knife chamber key, and then I wait till the postman arrives, because after the postman arrives, then I'll wear Kafei's mask, and she'll say, oh, meet me here at midnight. You meet her at midnight, she gives you the letter. After you get the letter, you drop it in the mailbox, you go to day 2, you wait for Kafei to return home, and then you're able to talk to Kafei. Kafei tells you he's spying on the Curiosity Shop for for Sakon. However, you cannot, in order to get Sakon to actually spawn and move on with the quest, because I'm super efficient at getting like Sakon as well as Knife Chamber Key in the same thing, right? Or you know what I mean? Anju at midnight going into the lady where Sakon steals the bag from. I'm really efficient at that, so I actually mess this part up a lot. You have to let Sakon actually take the bomb bag so that he goes to the Curiosity Shop to sell it, and then Kafei is like, oh yeah, this is the man. Then you go to Kana Canyon, you go to Sakon's hideout, you do the little button puzzle, and then you come back. It's okay. It's just tedious at times.
A little weird if you ask me, but alright. Whatever works. I'm not from here, so I have no say in the customs. You then go to the Stockpot Inn and watch the girl who works there, Anju, receive a letter that's apparently from Kaifei. Once you're done eavesdropping, talk to her with the Kaifei mask on, and she'll tell you to meet her in the kitchen at night, where she informs you that the missing Kaifei is her fiancé, and they had vowed to combine their sun and moon masks together as a symbol of their love, marriage, something romantic something. Then she gives you a message and asks you to meet up with him. Long story short, you learn that he was transformed into a child by the Skull Kid, and then his sun mask was also stolen by the thief Sakon. You go with him to Sakon's hideout, help him retrieve his stolen son's mask, and then he finally reunites with his one true love, Anju. And then they get mooned, and not in the butt way. In a crushed by the literal moon with a face on it in a giant fiery explosion of death way. Oh yeah, and you also get the couple's mask. Yay!
Which, I mean, you show to the mayor while wearing it, it calms the meeting down, you get a piece of heart. It's actually really good in randomizers, because if you get the couple's mask, that's just a free item.
I wish I could find love and then die in the moon together like those guys. But nobody wants to go out with me because I'm not clean shaven and smooth and suave. If only razors at the store weren't so expensive and I could buy one. DollarShaveClub.com.
The ad read is perfect.
Wow. DollarShaveClub.com delivers amazing razors right to your door for a fraction of what you pay at retail stores. Just use the link in the description below, DollarShaveClub.com/PBG, and pick whichever razor set works for you. And if you use the link in the description now, you can get whichever razor set you like for $1, and that includes free shipping. And they don't just have razors, you can also get all kinds of other products like shampoos, conditioners, and body bars. So look sharp, save time, and most importantly, save money. DollarShaveClub.com/PBG. Hey everybody, make sure you check out the Zelda.
It was a solid ad read. Good. He transitions into the ad reads really well.
Brief history video I was on the Game Theory channel. You can click right here or the link in the description to watch. If you enjoyed this, make sure you subscribe so you can see more videos. Make sure you like the video, share it. It really helps me out. Please leave a comment. Let me know how you think about my hair. Is it too long? Yeah, it is.
Got him. No, that was a good video. I really like that. And don't mistake my groaning at the Anjou Cafe side quest. It's just because I've done it enough, and I'm just like, okay, this is I mean, it still holds a good place in a lot of people's hearts, and the characters in Majora's Mask do feel organic because of the increased RAM necessary to have the pathing that they do from days 1 to 3. I mean, it's a really good game. Don't get me wrong. It's kind of worn out its welcome. A good video by PBG. Absolutely loved it. Thank you. Excellent video.